I'm just sitting here waiting to see if people are joining the live stream. But we're recording, I guess. Just sitting here watching the market today, and been a little bit slow, but I haven't really opened any charts to other than what I had the other day. Just checking the news right now on myfxbook.com that I provided to you guys before. Not a whole lot. Some reports out of Japan tonight. Other than that, Bank of Canada, Business Outlook, it won't do that much. Rest of the week is, it's alright. Like I said before in last week recording, I don't really trade the news. I just bringing this up for the benefit of you guys to have access to this, and if you become news traders, then this is what you could look at and use that to trade on news. Obviously, news does create whipsaws and stuff like that, but you can see that on the chart anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But some people live and die by it, so that's okay. I've been looking at a dollar index. It's just sitting around the consolidation area here. Still believe we're gonna get up and above. This is 1 hour. I believe at least we're gonna come up here, but on a daily chart, we're right at this channel for DXY, the dollar index, and it's been trading in this channel for a little while, and we could potentially have a breakout of this channel, and then we would have a new trend. Considering what's been happening over the weekend with Iran and all that stuff, there's fuel there. So I'm just checking in on the live broadcast here just to see if someone is with me. I don't see anyone right now. Hop over to Facebook and just take a look. I am battling a cold, so I apologize about the dark voice. It's a Barry Manilow voice. So Eric Bailey was asking if I was doing live trade. And so thanks to Eric, I decided to spin one up. We'll see. We'll see if Eric joins. Anyway, sitting here with the trades from from last week, so we can go over that. We have a couple trades. Our DD, our drawdown, is $5. And I wanted to show something interesting. I don't know if you look at my recordings from last week, I put an arrow on this candle saying that this candle would be the one that would move the pound dollar down. This was last week. It was the 10th, and at 5 p.m., so that minus 7 hours, so at 10 a.m., around 10 a.m. in the morning, I said that this candle will be the one that should drive the market down. Now, I didn't take the trade because I was sitting on several other trades, and at that time I didn't want to put any more risk, but just to show where this went all the way down here, so that's 107 pips. So if someone decided to execute on this trade, well, you've had a good weekend, so congratulations. But it just goes to show that the price action trading is very good, and it works. So again, that would have been a great setup. But this is where we're at right now. Euro USD, waiting for that one to drop. I have 2 trades on Euro USD. One is now positive, not by a whole lot. I didn't close out any trades like I said that I might on Friday. I decided against it. Just going to extend this because that's a previous resistance, which is now acting as a support. We see here and here. So we get a break below that. We'll be good down to here. So our first trade will then be 27 pips, and we might close that one out. Just open up the briefcase a little bit. Just gonna jump back over to see if anyone's joined the live stream. So far, no one. Concurrent viewers. It's me, myself, and I. But I'll just keep running this. Line now and broadcast. So anyway, I don't have my camera on. It's not much to see of me today. Again, I'm fighting a cold, so there may be a moment where I step away to fix with my nose. So I'm looking at the correlation. What's today's correlation looking like? This changes on a daily basis. If I wanted to hedge any of my trades, like I'm short on Euro USD, and if I had a losing, well, let's take the biggest one we have here, US CAD. US CAD, I am long on that one. I'm going to zoom out. I'm long on that, and I'm minus 24 pips. My stop loss is sitting down here at minus 45 pips at $3.52. If I want to hedge this one right now, I would find one that goes completely opposite to what this one down. So I can go over to oh lordy, correlation chart, USD CAD. So USD Swiss franc is moving 69% in correlation to US CAD, so that wouldn't be a good hedge. But Euro USD is going 70% against US CAD, and we're already hedging there. So we could take another trade, or we could jump into Euro Yen and go. If we're long on US CAD, then we should go short on Euro Yen. So let's take a look at Euro Yen. Don't have that short, so we're going to pop it open. Let's see, Euro Yen chart open. All right, so let's start pulling some support and resistance lines first, just so we can see if we can end a trade here. This is what I'm doing now is what I taught everyone how I do it, how I set up my charts initially. So if you looked at the videos, this is nothing unique. How you do it is up to you. This is how I do it, and you are free to do it the way I do it if you want to. So I try to start with support and resistance around where the price is, so that I can find out sooner rather than later if I have a trade coming in here. This support resistance line is a little iffy. I mean, the price comes up here, comes down here, bounces, but I don't know. We might finesse this one on a lower time frame. I might have to zoom out to see if this is a good one. Daily, monthly. It's not bad. I see something here that I want to mark, but there's not huge swings here, but there's definitely stuff happening here. Let's get into 4 hours and see. So sometimes with when you go down here and you have this indicator that I told you guys about session, it gets a little bit busy. So I usually remove it just so I can get my support and resistance put in, and then I can put it back later. So what we see here is we broke through a support, which is now acting as resistance. So this might be a long entry for this one. So if we're short on Euro USD, a long entry on Euro Yen would be the hedge. So that would be okay. Let's see. Don't really see anything else. That's 4 hours. Let's see. Got a lot of wicks here too. Higher volume. I'm gonna show how you can add an SMA to the volume indicator. So you can see this one's really iffy. The pivot's really here though. So you can see if you have above average volume. What do we have here? Yeah, put one here. These this more granular support and resistance serves you well when you're on a lower time frame. And this week I might actually do a little bit of scalping, just because I'm so bored. And you just want to get on with it, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna put one here too. And at that point, you really, I mean, you can go overboard with support and resistance, but so you don't want a chart that's completely swamped with support and resistance, because you have areas of congestion. Those are natural areas of congestions. And like here we have an area of congestion. I'm going to finesse this a little bit because we had. So if we look here, what happened? Price paused for a little bit. Came down, up, down. Pull a fib on this one. We can go into this just for, as they call it, shits and giggles. Just to show you guys what I've talked about previously. This needs to be here. So a fib on this to find equilibrium. I know it's hard to see. Try to anchor that one in there. So equilibrium is right here. So I'm gonna just for a second, just show you guys. I talked about equilibrium last week and how that is an area that price likes to come back to. So while price is hovering around here, it's trying to decide what's going to happen, right? So see price coming down, going up, breaking through again, coming up. It keeps coming back to the middle. A little hint here where the drop came from is that you have a stair step down. So you have a top, top, top. But look, if you just look at the angle, it's a little indication there. And then you have a squeeze. You have a first breakout, come up. So you wouldn't trade that candle because you didn't have confirmation. You have the next breakout, and there's your confirmation. So you can enter in once you break. If you scalp in, you would have broken. You would have entered here. If you waited for this to finish, then you would have entered here. You'll still be in pretty good position to take a few pips. So we would have, 127 pips. It's not too shabby, I guess. All right. So anyway, that's one area. So here we are. What concerns me is this candle here that has a huge volume. So we broke above resistance. Then imagine this candle opening here, going all the way up here, 28 pips, and coming all the way down here. Imagine just how much effort that takes. So I tried to go higher, and then ended up closing close to opening. So it's a sign of weakness. And the volume tells us that, so big volume here. Um, 15 minutes, this candle looks a little bit different. Let's say this is the candle 11. So this is the candle. Right, so we had a move up, came back down, and then we have a small move up, small move down. But there's not a whole lot of volume here, so that's why you didn't get a new low. And we also don't have a new high, so we now have a congestion, an area of congestion, or accumulation. So if we say that this is the area we're going to wait for something, preferably we want to see the price come down here. That would be support, and then take off. So this is the structure we're looking for to be broken with confirmation, and that goes short. And if this goes short, well, Euro USD will go the other way around. So remember on the correlation chart we had Euro Yen and Euro USD. Here they show correlation. Here they don't. Now they do. So if you talk too much, shit happens. Do we have? Oh, well, we have 4 people. Welcome. You guys, you could probably say something here. I see Eric. Hi, Eric. Sorry I didn't. I thought I'd try to do a better job here on paying attention. So now I see the chat. So again, waiting for something to happen here. If we can go long. So I'm going to pop over to correlation for a second. So we're short on Euro USD, so we're looking for the opposite. So now US CAD is trading opposite at 66%. So if Euro USD goes short, then US CAD goes long. So that's how you would hedge if you're with an American broker. So let's see. We're short on Euro USD. So we want this one to go short. Area of distribution. We're below the trading channel, and I believe that we will go further below, because we broke through confirmation, came back up to the bottom of that channel, and then we had a strong candle down. So it's reasonable to believe that we will come down here, and that we now have a new channel that looks something like this. So an equilibrium right about here. So there's our new channel. We can zoom in. I know this session stuff makes it difficult, and again, these are not indicators, these are just trend lines that I'm pulling, so you can definitely just remove this stuff if you think it gets too much. You see a lot of lines here just because they're trades, they're active trades, and stop losses and TPs and what have you. So just going to open up the chat so I can see. How's the sound, Eric? Sound and video, apart from me being stuffy. All right. So anyway, waiting to see what's going to go on here, but still believe Euro USD is going to be short. This low was broken with confirmation, retest of that, and then a new low is expected. So we'll wait for that. US CAD, this one is dropping. Oh, excellent. Good. Thanks, Eric. If you have any questions or any chart you want me to take a look at, just write it out there and we'll take a look at it together. So we have this previous resistance, now support. We'll pull it out. This was one that we drew last week. So we have a breakthrough here with this candle. Now the question is what this candle is going to do. We have our stop loss here, 45 pips. It's quite possible we'll be taken out, but the congestion is here, so waiting for a pop up. So meanwhile, Euro Yen stuff is moving slow as molasses, but shooting star. So just gonna wait for that. Just give me 1 second. I'll be on mute for a second. Gotta take care of my cold. All right, I'm back. So Euro Yen, Euro Yen and Euro USD seems to be correlated right now. Euro USD and Euro Yen appears to be moving 80% in correlation, so that's good. Let's take a look at DXY. This is just sitting here, being a bit boring. Now I'm not getting the volume on TradingView for some odd reasons, but if we go in and take a look at 30 minutes, we can tell by looking at the candle what how the volume would potentially be looking at. So we had a breakthrough here, no confirmation, came back up, another breakthrough. There is a confirmation, but this candle here, this body shows weakness. So I believe this is picking up supply. This is my belief. So it picks up supplies. So they've stopped out, created new supply, and they're just accumulating right now. And this low did not violate that low. So, and then we had a new break of this structure above here, but weak confirmation. But just looking at these candles, you can imagine the candle opening here, going all the way down here and all the way up here, and then closing higher. So it's a lot of effort to do that. It would have been interesting with the volume, but again, supply is here, so it's being picked up. So good push up, So I believe that we'll continue seeing the bigger wicks on the bottom and stronger move up. This was the old high, broken. So I believe the XY is going to continue up, which means Euro USD will go down. And Euro USD go down, well, Euro Yen will go down. So pop right back in here. Let me do this so we can see what you guys are writing if you write something. Well, if Euro USD goes down, then Euro Yen should go down shortly thereafter. So right now, this is a strong candle. Volume is high, big body, big spread on the body. I think we'll see a move down, continued move down. I do want to scalp, but this one is boring. Let's see if we can scalp pound dollar. There's the new high. Now for a reversal here, I would be looking at initially I would be looking at here. So a potential reversal to this area here. As we work our way down, this changes. So I'll move this one here. So these are areas just that I paint for my own sake to take a look at. If I come into these areas to see the right thing happening here, and am I ready for a trade? So still here. So we have almost a touch to sweet spot here, right? So we could be ready for a short. So let's look. If Euro USD, 15 minutes, 1 hour, Euro USD goes short. Well, the correlation is 6%. So after a while, pound USD will fall as well. 4 hours. High correlation on a higher time frame, less noise obviously. So short term, there's a negative correlation, meaning pound dollar is not moving as quickly as the Euro USD, but that's okay. Looking at this candle, we have to go down and see. I'm going to try to see if we can get a trade here, a little short scalp. Not something I'm recommending, but if you don't have the money or the stomach for it. Consolidation. Move up, but really not a whole lot of juice in it. So we're looking to see what's changing, and look, here's something changing. So we got a big body, and then the volume keeps just shrinking. Then all of a sudden it jumps up. So it opens here, goes up here, comes back down here, and closes near the low. So there's still strength here, but you could also have someone selling off to create this. But this volume is above the average, and I'm just winging it right now. Right here, I would say the average is. So we have a break above average. We have a lot of wicks here. So trying to push up, but there's no strength, so it comes back down. Right? Think about that. Trying to push up, but comes down. It takes an enormous amount of money to move. Um, and there's theories about how much it takes, but, and I'm not gonna, I mean, I can tell you what the rumors are, that it takes $10 million to move a pip. I'm not so sure if that's the case, but considering that Forex is moving over I think it's now $5.6 trillion daily. Um, it could be. So anyway, a lot of wicks here, meaning they're trying to push it up, push it up, push it up, but can't really find the strength in it. We haven't created a really new high. We have a top here that's this top here that hasn't been violated yet. So we have potentially a short. So let's see what we see on the chart. And if we want to draw a support resistance here, well, this would be somewhere around here. So up, down, up, broke through, no confirmation, came back down again. So stop loss hunt here. And there's this big hedge funds, they're trading on tick volume. Here the lowest I can go is 1 minute. Tick volume is much faster. Tick volume is what you see on this is tick chart, right? So people will enter here and come out here and make a ton of money. Also trading a whole lot more. So this is a stop loss hunt. Get people out, and then they'll write it down. They have no spread here. They pay through other things. So they would have gone here to here, and 8 pips. You figure you get $100 per pip. Well, that's a lot of money. So again, this resistance seems pretty strong. So let's look at this candle. Volume's increasing. Look at this candle here. Big volume, small body. That's concerning. Uh, Big move, small body, less volume, wick on the bottom. So we'll wait and see what we're going to do here. We're going to have another fake out, or we're going to have a drop. Remember, when we go out here, we see we've been at the sweet spot, but we haven't quite touched it yet. And that sweet spot is consistent with this top here, which is kind of interesting, right? All right, so we have a break above this. Let's see what happens. This is the new structure that needs to be violated before we consider a move that would be bullish for a little while. Not long, but for a little while. Eric, I think you're still on, so I don't know. But if you are, if you have anything you want me to take a look at, just let me know. Like I said, I'm just sitting watching the market. It's Monday. It's boring. A lot of people, retail traders, such as myself, don't trade on Mondays, but well, I'm addicted, I guess. So I'm waiting to see what happens here. Potentially take a short down here. I'm going to do something silly. I would be going to take a bigger trade than I normally would. Oh, good to know. Is pound dollar something you trade? Oh, cool. Also, we might be two retail traders going into this one. So again, looking to see if we're going to go in here. But what I want to see is this low, which is the new low. I want to see this one be broken. You still hear me okay? So coming back down here. Okay, good. Because I turned on the mute on my headset for a second there, and I don't know if I came off of it. All right, so this is interesting. We're back at this place here. Well, let's take a look at this candle. It's a weak one. The candle and the volume kind of matches. This one is above average. So one of the things that you can do, and I know that a lot of people are using different SMAs and stuff like that, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone use the SMA that I'm about to throw on here just to show you guys something. I'm going to throw an SMA on the volume. It happened to like 61. Oops, I should have said that this one needed to go into apply to. Oh gosh. I can't get it off. I might not be able to get it in here. See, now we have a break above. So we have good volume here. We're just gonna, we're chasing price right now, which is kind of silly, but $3, 10 pips, it's kind of silly. And now I'm on their radar. So we could potentially get up to this one. I put the stop loss here, and I'm just gonna head and remove it. I don't want to be on their radar. Touch back to this one, potentially. Let's see what we get out of it. So now we're trading a bigger position, and we're not putting more risk than I'm supposed to. But look, the challenge is about me building up the account, so I got to do a little bit of what I used to do. So I thrown this one in here. So while we wait for this one to play out, I'm trying to figure out why I can't add. Let's say close. Why blows my mind. Anyway, we can keep it here for now. Just to show one thing, 61 works very well for me. So it's a good indicator in that sense. but I usually don't put it on the window. I put it on the volume. Um, we'll see what happens here. Anyway, I'm still messing around with this. Can't get it in here right now, so I'll leave it be. So as always, when you chase price, price goes against you, so nothing new there. But let's see what happens. So it's interesting to follow this candle we have. So it opened up here, went all the way down here, and hopefully all the way up again. 26 seconds left. 20. If this closes green, then we should be good for a few pips. And I'm not looking for something crazy here. I'm just looking for a few pips. Last 10 seconds is always where the candle gets defined. See the volume going up here. So we had the move down here and then closed above opening. So definitely no strength in the shorts right now, but we'll see. Down $8, $9. We're nearing our 5% risk. Today I'm going to do 10 if I have to, because I can. Let's jump over here. Just refresh the sheet for a little bit. See if anything has been updated. So Euro USD, Pound USD, 18%, 1 hour, 6% correlation. So back over here. Again, another move down, no, not a new low, and the close was close to the opening, so I'm waiting for a move up here. Obviously, I'm in this trade longer than I want to be. That's okay. We'll just wait for it. I've got to figure out where my trigger is to get out of this. At 10 pips, since I'm trading 0.3, I'll be down $3. I don't know where I'm going to pull it. Probably pull it down here somewhere. That'll be 15 pips, so that'll be $5 or so. We'll see. Right now I'm going to let it sit because I still believe this one will move up. But I've been proven wrong before, so. So look at that candle. Big body, lower volume than the previous candle. So there's not really any strength here. This would be like a sell-off. We'll see. Let's take a look at 5 minutes. And this is obviously concerning, right? So we have a pin, not a pin bar, but we have a candle that moved up and then, whoops, must have put that one there. Moved up and then came back down and closed at 50% and respected this level here. And that's obviously concerning, but if we do a little trend, uh, 15 minutes, yeah, it does look like a pin bar in the makings, but we got 6 minutes left on the candle, and we now have a small trading channel here. But of course, when you're in a trade, you can talk yourself into anything, right? So let's see what happens with this thing here. Could end up being a pin bar. If it's a pin bar, it's good for all the other trades, bad for this trade, but we'll see. We're at the bottom of the trading channel here. So let's see what happens. I still believe we need to come up from this. Still believe we need to come up in here. And on the fib, right here. So I know this gets messy, but I just want to show the point. Sweet spot is right where I have my stop loss on that one. So I still believe that it will come there. But I believe I can fly. Isn't that what Kelly, that singer, R. Kelly, sang? So here we see, again, we had this move down where we saw this candle, big body, smaller volume, so kind of a sell-off. And then we see this candle here, smaller body, and almost the same volume. So there's strength in this. So let's see as it plays out. I could be panhandling by the afternoon. All right. And Euro Yen is just, it's gone to sleep. So we'll let that baby sleep nice and tight. New Zealand dollar and yen, not a whole lot of move here either. It's just very slow. These two candles here, big volume. Big volume. Something's about to happen. And so if we go back out to the news, high, right? High news coming, which is consistent with something's about to happen. So someone's getting ready, preparing for those news events. So someone's going to do something here. And so we look at the wicks up here is there's a sell-off, which means strength in the yen. So the news could be bringing this down. So we're going to do a forecast. I'm not going to take the trade, but I'm going to do a forecast. I'm going to forecast that tonight when the news comes out, we will have on this candle, because I also see a railroad pattern. We'll set it here. All right, so 1 hour candle. I'm saying that we'll have a move down 60 pips potentially. Let's see if we pull the fib. The news might draw the market down to this level here. 30 pips. That's on 1 hour, 4 hour. Let's see, where do we get if we go here? I gotta zoom in because stuff is making me blind. All right. Use that there. Two areas of interest. Price comes down here. We're up here right now, so an 80 pip move potentially tonight. Worth thinking about. Here's the structure that we're looking for to be violated on 1 hour, on 15 minutes. We've already broken, well, we're breaking through it right now. So look for confirmation there. 5 minutes, you're already past it. Again, volume is big. Someone's planning something. So again, the signs are in the candles, obviously. So where were we looking? 1 hour? Where were we? Yeah, the volume indicator is really good. and this is just one that I'm using. I showed it last week in my videos how to add it. It's just a regular volume. Um, and if you're going to do price action, you're going to need the volume also to find better entries because the candles are saying a whole lot. Um, but without the volume, you might be missing something, right? So if we were to try to find the average price right now, but just eyeballing it right there. So anything that sticks above the average is things that you should be looking for. What is it saying? So you have a down candle here, right? You're starting to have wicks, meaning picking up supply. And I'm reading a book that's really good about volume and stuff. And they have a description of prices. And they're saying, when you're going to change the market, it's like changing a big ship. You don't do it on a dime, right? So, but here's your first signal. Volume is above average. Starting to have a wicks here, so meaning the supply is being picked up, and you have candle here, but big candle, big move with a small body. There's no strength in this up candle, so it's a fake. And then you have a big body here, but the volume is below average, so there's nothing left in that move, right? So it's just testing, is there more supply? And then you start looking, and then you see this candle where the volume starts picking up back up, and a little wick, so no more supply. So this or this candle here would have been a good entry. Well, now it would have given you 60 pips. So that's how you can look at it. So anyway, it looks like someone's about to do something with the yen, and I'm betting a short for tonight. Just look at this candle. I mean, huge, huge wick here, huge volume. There's down pressure here. Now they could be setting up for tonight. I mean, the overall trend is up. So I mean, this is a rough channel, but let's see what we can do with it. Let's say we do this and fix this channel a little bit. Again, however you do your channels, that's your prerogative. This is just for guidance, so I'm trying to see how things are moving. Again, just guidance. Do whatever makes you happy. Channel, so it is, here's your pivot, that's broken, violated, confirmation. So it's an uptrend on the weekly. Daily, we have a little reversal, and that's expected. So again, I'll be looking at these areas, these two areas for tonight. To see price coming down here before it continues to trend back up. Big volumes. And we've been talking now, I've been shooting my lips here for the last 15 minutes, and we could have scalped this one, and yeah, 8 pips. You're welcome, Eric. So interesting. We were down almost $10 earlier, and we're down $2 right now. So anyway, keep an eye on that. Back to pound dollar. This one might play out good for us. So I really. So now euro yen is going up, and meanwhile, New Zealand dollar and yen is going down. So let's take a look at the correlation again. Correlation. Euro yen is going up, and New Zealand yen is going down. So there's no correlation here, but again, you can look for a correlation on Google and you'll find it. Here's the dollar index, been going up, going down. This is a little bit of concern to me, is all these wicks up in here. Shows weakness on the dollar. A little concerned about that. So we have this area. There is weakness. Let's see. Consolidation. It's an area that is known from the past. Whoops, 1 week. So here we had a pin bar, or a hammer, or whatever you want to call it. There's names for it everywhere. So think about this. Move down, all the way down here. Then move up to close to the opening. Huge volumes here. And then we have a break with a new high. This is a confirmation, so we probably will have a break above this channel. So we'll have a new channel, which would look something like this then. And just gonna draw a MoFo line. Anchor this into price. I don't like that. Daily. It has to be making sense symmetrically as well, right? And then we have equilibrium right there. We'll see what happens here. Sorry about the mess, but didn't say my head made a lot of sense, did I? Yeah. We'll keep watching that. Yeah. So Eric, if DXY is getting weaker, then that could indicate other pairs getting stronger, and that's absolutely correct. So the other pairs would be that Euro USD would be stronger, Pound USD would be stronger. Look here, got another drop. Now this one is kind of interesting because this is low, higher high, higher low. What comes after that is higher high, higher low. So this one will probably close out next time it makes a new high. But I'm not so sure about the weakness of the dollar. We have big wicks here, which means supply has been picked up, and to move this, as we talked about, it takes an immense amount of volume, right? So that means that this candle had weakness in it, and we can see that here by that previous wick, right? So we have this indecision candle, and so the market makers and big money can't figure out where they want to take the market, and that's the Iran thing going on and all that stuff, right? So we have a move down, and then it comes back up to close at 50% of the entire move, right? So no strength here. We have another sellout here. Uh, big um, big spread on the candle, but most likely low volume. And then we have another push down to this level here, which is expected, and then just to close above. Uh, and again, we have another attempt down, but we see this big wick. So um, I think it's positioning on the dollar. Something's coming. I can't tell what it is, but something's coming. We could get a tweezer here. It's another candle sign. It's like two candles that are almost identical, so that if this one ends up like this right now, then you would have a tweezer pair, and that would continue the strength up. So again, we see this moving. We can't see the volume, but it's most likely rather large. And so now we have weakness in this structure because we didn't create a new high. And now the question is, do we create a new low? I don't know. But meanwhile, Euro New Zealand is taking off. I'm not aware of any news that would tie this in. Do we have? Yeah, we do. We have New Zealand here, so we have positioning, but that's not for another 6 hours. So if we have a close above this, we're 25 pips right now, so we're gonna obviously lower our risk. Oh, for Pete's sake, let's do this. I do want to put that a little bit further down here. 30 pips, $2. So we'll see what happens with this one. Most likely another test of this. Low, higher low. But the daily trend is down. So this would potentially come up to here on daily. So we're going to adjust the stop loss to our sweet spot right there, which is consistent with this area here, this area here, 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 here. So probably a good area. Big strength in this candle, right? Picked up the remaining supply, moved up, big body, big volume, so it's consistent with good move. So there's strength in this move, which is what we want to see. So I think we look good on this one. Previous resistance. So closed above, confirmation. MoFos missing out on Forex. So we'll wait and see what happens with that. The pound dollar, let's see. We want this one to go up. We still have wicks here, so look at this candle. Above average volume. Candle closes above 50%. There's no strength in the move down. There's just no juice in it. So we'll see what happens with that one. We're down $3. Uh, Here we see the move with the dollar. There's weakness in the bearish, so dollar remains continue remaining this area here. It's very slow today. Again, Monday, so to be expected. Huge, huge pin bar. Right, so big move down just to come back and that was a bearish candle, so it closed bullish. This takes a lot of effort. So I believe we're going to continue seeing dollar gaining strength. So we'll see. We'll keep watching that one. We want this one up so we can close it out. Um, this is the boring part. So you take you scalp and then you sit here and just get bored. But it's Monday, so whatever. Look at this candle. Try to move down. Just didn't have the strength. And it closed inside of the previous candle, so I think we're heading up here. That would be good. It's not really a scalp in that sense because you want in and out on the scalp in a couple of minutes. But it's Monday scalping, so boring. So we'll wait. I don't know if there's any other pair you want to look at. Here's the yen. No new lows. Just building up and setting up for tonight. Right? Support. We are outside that channel now. So 1 hour. So we could have a move up to here. And then down again, right? So if we draw a line, we could go, because here we have support, there was previous resistance, right? So we could go here and then like this, right? So we broke through this, but this is strength in this candle here. Just look at the volume. There's strength in this candle, so might have a test of this and then just down there. Thanks, Eric. Hopefully it helps. I don't know if it does, but so well, we'll leave this to see if that plays out. So now we broke this. So we broke that high. This is for the scalpers out there. Broke high, need a confirmation, then you could go long to here, right in this area here. Get you 7 pips. On a 1 minute, we probably have the confirmation. See, we broke through, came back down, tested that previous resistance, right? Came down, tested it, and now we're working our way up, probably for 7 pips. Okay. Something's running off on us, $5, so it's probably losing out on this and gaining on this. No. Test of the channel, that's okay. There's the test. Here's our previous resistance, new support. Down 6 pips. Still okay. just leave it be for now. Looking at the candle, volume's picking up, indecision, volume down, volume picking up. Where do we stand with dollar index? That candle closed 50%. It's above the 50% on this candle, so. And we have a breakthrough. What are we testing? Wait and see what happens. Now 10 seconds. Now the candle's going to get shaped. Closed. Pin bar. Big volume. See what this way this one goes. Alright, so previous resistance, new support. We're looking for a turn here to go on the upside. We're looking for a test of this resistance. So just waiting. This is the tough part with trading, is that you just gotta learn how to sit on your hands sometimes. Here, there's a wick here, so it's expected the price would kind of halt like over here. Look at all the wicks. Supply and demand. Again, potentially up here to show support for breakout of this channel, and then down here. So we'll wait and see. All right. Shooting star. I mainly trade 15 minutes usually. I mean, I try to start to figure out where things going, but 15 minutes is where I feel most comfortable. It kind of filters out some of the noise, because here it's very noisy. So looking for violation of this one. It's very noisy on 1 minute, and because we're paying for spread with this broker, it's also difficult to trade with this, because we automatically take a trade and we're down 1 pip from get-go. As you get into 5 minutes, it gets a little, gets more quiet. We're looking for this. We could have a test of this support here before we move up. But yeah, 15 minutes. What time frame do you like? We'll definitely do a reversal on this one, so not too concerned about that. But yeah, daily in 4 hours is good, and especially I would recommend it for people that are starting to trade. Okay, 1 hour. Yeah, that's a good strategy. Anything below 1 hour, and you really you gotta live there for a while. Like I said, I ordinarily don't trade stop losses, but I'm taking this as a challenge to try to, and it's good to take this as a challenge also because it'll improve on my behavior as well. So it's not only showing how I trade, but it's also bringing back some of that stuff that we all should be doing. And I have a lot of people reaching out to me and saying, asking me to trade for them, which I can't legally, I can't. But I have that copy traded that I might start up again. But I have a pretty strong stomach, and I can handle big drawdowns. And I just start trading in the opposite direction, and then I keep collecting more and more money. When I have a losing trade, I'm trading against that losing trade, hedging, that is, and I just keep building up the equity that way. And then once I find the bottom on that, then I start trading back into the same original trade. And I still have trades that are sitting here since May of last year, and that's okay. I've been banking good money on that on the way on the opposite move, and now I'm banking on the way back up again. So I'm okay doing that, but a lot of people aren't. It makes me a risky trader as well, but it's just me, myself, and I, so it's okay. All right, so we're at a support level here. We'll see if the price will respect this. We're now down 11 pips, so it would be nice if we could have a move back up. And if we finesse this trading channel, we can finesse it like this. 1, 2, 3. It's allowed. Yeah, you do. You think you're missing a lot of trades, but and maybe you do, but I mean, like euro yen, this one is setting up for tonight. We know New Zealand yen is setting up for tonight. We can see the positioning of it. You could set your trade here. You could set a sell limit over here, right? So let's say we'll leave this one for shits and giggles. So we'll have sell limit here because I believe it's going to come down here. So we can, and the difference of doing it this way is that you're not chasing price, and that's the problem with a lot of traders. You chase the price, right? So when you start chasing the price, that's when the shit starts going against you. You better just let the price come to you because it will. It just will. So let's say 72.48.9. So we're setting a limit order for profit 72.48.9. And then let's say we set stop losses at, so we have a major level above here. So let's set it at 73.15. Modify. All right, so we have a profit at 72.48. We're going to wait for price to come and pick us up, and then we're going to write it down just about 40 pips. We have a stop loss of 27 pips, so it's on almost a 1-to-1 ratio, 2-to-1 ratio. So we'll leave that one. This is how you really want to do it, right? Because now you're not chasing the price, and if you feel comfortable on the setup, then this shouldn't be a problem. And you can set it, forget it, and go about your day. So it'll be interesting to see if we get this one. I think we will. I think we'll do. I think we'll do good on this one if we get in on it. So we'll see. So that's the limit order. We're doing a limit sell, a short at 72.89, and then we are setting a stop loss at 73.15 and we're setting a take profit at 72.48.9. That's the setup we see on this chart. We have a trading channel here. We feel that it's going to come up, test it, go down, take profit here at the sweet spot, which is a fib level, and then off it goes. On this one, well, there's no harm in, what we can do is we can cancel this trade if we have a violation of this structure here, right? So we can, now there's unfortunately no way of setting this up automatically, but if price closes below this, this one, then we'll cancel this trade, because then it won't make it up there. Then it will make it down here. And then instead of going short, we'll go long down here at sweet spot. I'm sorry, I got a cough. Um, can you hear me now? I have this button on my headset that mutes the sound, and sometimes I don't know if I come off it. So I'm waiting to see if you can hear me now. If you can, I'm going to tell you the next thing that we can do. All right, so what we can do here is we have this trade set, right? So if it comes up here, we'll go short, and we should be good. Now, if it goes below here, we're no longer going to take that trade. We can come back later and cancel it, because once it goes down below here, it'll probably continue down here. So we can then do a buy limit here and write it up instead, right? So then we'll just reverse the trade. So then we'll scroll down here. I'll just reverse the trade. And in this case, I would take it up to 73.15. Actually, that's the stop loss. We're going to do it here, 73.15. And then the stop loss here would be, we come down here, we're going to set it below the old low. So we'll set it 10 pips below this. So let's set it 72.21.5. 72.25. That's not what I said, was it? 72.21.5. 21.5. All right, so now this one is set as well, right? So here we have a 26 pip stop loss, and we have a 66 pip take profit. It's a 2-to-1. So either way, the best scenario will be that we go up here, we get that trade, we come down here, we take profit, and as we take profit, we enter a new trade where we get in and we go long and we go up there and we take profit and we close out. And we have 2 successful trades. That's ideal. May never happen, but that's ideal. So I'm going to leave that one sit there and we'll let that play out, right? So if it goes up, we're in. If it goes down, we're in. And we're okay. And we have acceptable risk, $2.42 against a profit of, that's the stop loss. Where's the profit? Didn't that set the profit? Yeah, it did. buy limit 73.15. So yeah, 73.15. We can calculate what that is. 73.15 right there. 67 pips, so $6.78 or $7 minus the spread, cost of the trade. So this, let's see what happens. It'll be fun. This one keeps playing with us, so I'm not going to exit out. I'm down 14 pips. It's my stomach. I can deal with it. It's silly. I'm down 14 pips on 30 cents. 30 cents per pip, so 10 cents is $3. Now almost $20, so we're almost down $6, which is consistent with what this one says. Still below our 5% risk. So the question is, where does this go? Oh, God knows. But most likely right here. Let's see what happens there. Let's see if we can reverse this one. If we come down here, then I'm down 36 pips. And that's more than I care, but we'll leave it there. I guess that's it, kind of thing, right? Not a whole lot of action. DXY, just sitting here being boring. Again, Monday. A lot of wicks. As I said, we can't see the volume here on this one, but this is a heck of a move. And takes a lot of money to move it like that. So I still believe that dollar index is bearish. Bullish, I mean, I'm sorry. Bullish. But it's reasonable to believe. So we had a high here, and then we had liquidity pool here. We had a low here, and we had the liquidity pool here, which we have come down and done and taken out. And in fact, look at that. Double bottom. Couldn't come down below that, so that means that there's a lot of pressure to move up. This move above this pivot here, it's a strong one, and this is the supply to support that move up. There is candle pattern that says this is three crows, or three white horsemen, or whatever you want to call it. It could be an indication of things to change, but the wicks are saying something different to me. So testing the supply, trying to pick up more supply in order to move it up, and I believe that on a daily we'll see the liquidity pool. There's a liquidity pool right around here, in this area here. So I still believe that we're coming up. We're going to take out this high here. There's liquidity above it, meaning money to cash out right here. Yeah. We have to wait and see. I think I'm gonna. We'll keep looking at that. Yeah, it's been fun, Eric. Thanks for joining. It's always good to have someone to chat with and show. We have our trade set for Euro Yen for I'm sorry, for New Zealand dollar, New Zealand yen. So let's see how that plays out, and it'll be interesting. I'm gonna sit and watch this little thing here with the intent of taking it out, and that's about it for today. And not taking any more trades on this account. I have other trades running on my other account, and stock market is open up as well, so it's time to look into that one. Thanks for joining, and I'll try to do this one more time this week. I'm going to do some recordings tomorrow, and hopefully I feel a little bit better tomorrow. So thanks. Uh, just get your name called out here. Thanks, buddy. I'll see you tomorrow.